I think their draft is way better.
Lizard, the eternal optimist. I'm so glad about this. All right, y'all. Let us get into the game. This is a qualification game. And immediately there's a fight here. Dragon Drop, take it away for this fight. PSG.LGD versus Team Master. It is game one. It's Dragon Drop, Lizard. Maybe a cheeky snare on the mic. Let's go, boys.
Yep, it wasn't a fight. It was just straight up slaughter. 5 people ganging up on the poor little rock man, trying to hide inside the pit, you know, hanging out with his best buddy Roshan.
Yep,
they got how good Warlock is.
Yeah, they just figured out where
Warlock did literally nothing in that. Come on, Slayer. Get out of here.
The power of Warlock. No matter what, his presence is what does it. Like when Snare asked me about which team I feel is stronger, I truly do believe that PSG.LGD have got what it takes to win this game, unless something crazy happens in their lanes. Like I'm looking at the draft of Aster. Queen of Pain should do fine against Razor. She enjoys that matchup quite a bit. You get that chrono damage from her as well, which isn't great, but it's something. You have 2 ways of dealing with Enigma. You have Chronosphere and you have Warlock Golem. So his black hole is never going to be as significant as it can be. And he'll be forced to go into that usual raid pack build, right? Like I believe that's gonna happen. We'll see. Instead of going for some BKB plus Blink, I think you go full utility now on XXS.
Might be a problem because we're flagging out the fact that they kind of have a severe lack of lockdown. Especially if you take away that the possibility for a great black hole. All you have left is just Boboka, and it's more of an initiating type of thing.
That's it. It's literally your Tiny, who can do a lot. Like I've seen many games in which you feel a little bit too relaxed, and then you're losing as Tiny is just Blink catching your heroes off guard 24/7. And I wouldn't be surprised if Boboka just goes ham this game, as they always do when it matters against their regional teams.
Absolutely. And there's still some more question marks. Like if we talk about the Dazzle up top, for example, it's zero that we haven't seen a whole lot of. It might make a difference, but it's only really, or historically, it only works when it's kind of even, and that Shallow Grave really makes it, where the Shallow Grave really makes a big difference is right now is being bullied by the Dawnbreaker. No surprise there. So how much do you think that hero is gonna be able to do?
What, Dazzle?
Yeah.
It looks like a decent Dazzle game, but I don't know. I feel like teams are valuing healing quite a bit. However, perhaps Dazzle so far hasn't been the strongest one. Even though on paper and whenever I think about it, the hero looks broken. Like, I feel the Dazzle should do very well, but I never see it. It's always some Dazzle that just doesn't really have an impact, such as Warlock, right? Yeah. Like Warlock always feels better, or even the Wyvern. Like the Wyvern feels stronger to me.
It's like where the because Wyvern and Warlock, they have these big ultimates where they can just team fight at the drop of a hat. Whereas Dazzle, his impact kind of requires him to Warlock getting run down up bottom. But his impact requires him to just stay alive on the edge of a team fight and constantly spamming spells, right? Spamming Shadow Wave, up to that usually.
Pretty much, yeah. Like that's what you have to be doing, and you want to be like another conundrum that you catch yourself in as a Dazzle. Not top lane, they've caught themselves a Dazzle. Yeah. Another thing that happens usually is like you've picked this hero because of the heal meta, right? But at the same time, you really want to max out the Grave as soon as possible. You want 2 poisons of poison. You just need levels. You need so many levels. You need everything. Like you need poison touch if you want to go for the shards. You need to max it out as much as possible. You want to get Shadow Wave to heal your carry. Dazzle once again, he might just double feed here, chain feed.
Ooh, that would not be good. But yeah, it's inevitable.
And you also want Grave because if you don't max it out, you just don't have the range.
Yeah.
You'll never use it. Like you'll get killed.
Yep.
So
there's a lot of problems that we might see shaping up now. But yeah, this. Not sure this is the lane to judge it against, because like I know Trent is very adamant about Dawnbreaker just being absolutely broken, and I guess it shows once again, especially with the Shadow Shaman. Like, look at this follow-up, just a couple of extra right-clicks. Spectre is being bullied. Monet does have a few tangos left, but cannot approach the wave for a while.
I'm surprised Fate Beyond didn't try to go for one extra hit there, but yeah, it's still fine. Like, he's sitting on top of the network and CS with the Dawnbreaker, and I do share Trent's sentiment. I think this hero is. There are ways of dealing with her, but I don't see those ways on Aster's side. Not in this game, at least.
Let's talk about his middle lane a little bit, because we've been skipping over it for a while. I've got nothing to say. Starting to go ahead quite significantly, 27 and 13, but Aries struggling, which is kind of what we expected, right?
Yeah, I don't think this lane needs...
Okay, goodbye Dazzle.
Once again, like, he just can't approach this lane.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what you do as Dazzle in this lane any longer. You just need to hide yourself next to the tier 1 tower.
Yeah.
But you've given them such an advantage that soon they will be diving the tier 1. And you know what's the problem? What is that? Yeah, that okay, Boboka, he needed to do this. Let's see if they can catch someone. Zinq goes back.
Under the tower, is trying to TP out immediately, but 3 units
Nice.
next to each other, yeah, it's a little bit too much damage. Monet getting the last hit, so a bit of a stabilization, as you said, sorely needed in this lane. It's not gonna prevent Dawnbreaker from just getting out of control, but
Maybe they can catch her as well. Maybe they can go for this.
charge as well as a fairy fire. They're gonna try though, another pass back with a poison touch. He's gonna try and make his way across, but he's just so
big.
Nothing to say, joining in, but Boca, he'll pay for the himself and his team.
Out of the 1200 HP that she's got, what do you think, what percentage is in the ties?
In the what? The ties?
Yeah, the ties. Am I pronouncing that badly? Like the legs, man. The legs.
The legs. Thighs.
The gluteus maximus. If you want me to use Latin, I will.
It's not the thighs. It's the ass, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's close enough. What do you expect me to know every Latin word for every?
I mean, if you're gonna use it, then you might as well use the right one, you know.
I mean, sorry, I didn't study medicine where they force you to learn everything in Latin.
Yeah, that is a bit weird still. I do know a doctor actually, but I don't think she remembers too much Latin either. Is trying to make a play on Ori, but the range is just a little bit too much. Mass TPs from both sides here. Zinq be gone on. Now Dawnbreaker coming in though to turn this one around. They're all kind of linked together, but there's no real angle. So it's just a lot of posturing for not a lot of gain, unless nothing to say. Could just go in, maybe ult. That would have been a sick play, but also a bit dangerous.
By the way, I think it's musculus quadriceps femoris.
Ah, there we go. Thank you.
It's a quad, right? It does make sense.
Yep. I'll let nobody say that we're not educational early in the morning.
Of course. I still remember my Latin.
Queen of Pain linked together, and Ori dropping kind of low, nothing to say. Does have enough for Sonic Wave. You have the stick charges, does die in the end. One for one trade, but yeah, absolutely. As
middle tower.
Not sure what Zinq wants, but that was still worth it. Like these kind of trades from Aster, I feel that they're all good, and Boboka is on point. Like when they were getting crushed top lane, my thoughts as a player were like, how do they rescue this? How do they come back into this lane? Because Razor can't rotate. If he rotates top and does nothing, that's gonna end their game. But Boboka was the one that needed to do it, and he did it quite well. Like all these rotations, it's a lifeline back into the game as their lanes, it didn't go that great.
Is under attack.
Now, 9 minutes in, Ori making rotation down bottom. Monet hiding inside the trees up top because Fabian is just that scary. Going straight for Desolator, but Tier 1 tower is being bullied on either side. Nothing too crazy as Baboka. He wants a high five, gets a slap to the back instead inside the jungle from the Faceless Void. But
yeah, if you're Aster right now, you're literally just pressuring the opposite side of the map where the Spectre is. She has Haunt. You also have Black Hole, completely fine and ready to fight. But Spectre might get caught. Okay, Zinq, nice attempt. Interesting.
Bit of a misplay not having the range for a shackle to follow up. If he did though, Monet was gonna be dead, especially with nothing to say rotating in. So,
and Dawnbreaker with the ulti, right? That's the combo. Shackles into the Dawnbreaker. It's
yep.
He gets to farm. Those are farming wars.
He's created. Does camp still spawn now? No, it doesn't. Okay. Of course, they do block camps as it turns out.
Top tower has fallen.
Yep.
But Tier 1s go down on either side. Overall, slight net worth advantage for PSG.LGD. Only slight because Enigma is actually top of net worth. XXS just.
Yeah, but the problem is, like, Enigma is on top, and he did well, like, as you expect from him, right? From XXS. Plus, the lane wasn't that difficult for an Enigma. My issue is Void doesn't feel shut down. It's like some games Enigma just shuts down the carry, and it's very difficult for him to recover. Or yep. Razor gets some cheek last it's there. But in this game, yeah, Ame doesn't feel like he's been devastated in the lane. Like he feels quite fine. He's sitting on what, 4.2k net worth.
Yep.
Just 400 away from Enigma. It's 10%. That's it. Not too bad.
Yep. Absolutely right. PSG.LGD can't be too unhappy with the way the game's been going so far. But you can just look at Nothing to Say, and you feel that he wants more. Like he's itching to use that Sonic Wave again.
Yeah, that can be a problem. Always wanting more. It's not good to be greedy, Drag and Drop, you know, like, sometimes you need to accept what you've got and be happy with it.
That is true, but sometimes it's just a lone Razor running at you, but with Dazzle hanging around, to level 1 Shell Grave, but that might be enough in the right circumstance to just throw off your math enough, so... Taking too many risks, but now they're all smoked up as 3 to give them the leg. Smoke will break though before hop forward into the Hex. That'll do it.
He kind of knew something was up. You could see by the way he was moving, but he just wanted to go and perhaps contest the rune.
Probably just drop Spine, drop the hammer for the last hit.
Yeah, probably thought that they're on top rune or something like that. You could see the way XXX was moving, he was falling back, so it was obvious that they knew something was up.
Lance versus Open Wards is there. Trying to bully down this Tier 1 tower, not taking too much damage right now. Aster just dragging the creep over across. XSS also hanging around this TP in. They want to defend this one. They've no real way to get on top of PSG at the moment.
Yeah, like this draft from Aster, like everything that I said about Black Hole and how difficult it will be for them to fight and make moves with it, it's an understatement. It's not really about the Black Hole that much. It's about Tiny and him being the only hero that can make moves, like on their side. Bottom lane Spectre running away, trying to TP, and should be fine. But yeah, if your Tiny isn't having a good game, you aren't having a game on Aster. But he is.
Warlock.
Why?
There's a Dawnbreaker ult, you know, looking for more. Provoker kind of isolated inside the River of Death right now. It's a great potential from the top to... Oh no, he doesn't even get it off. It's one nerf that Dazzle's gotten a long time ago now, that the cast time on that is just... It's quite a bit longer than it used to be.
Do we know the name for the river? Can it be added to like a lore?
Yeah,
if there's a name, please tweet it at me. I feel like
together, the golem dropped on 3 people. Sonic Wave only connecting on Ori, I believe. And now Spectre coming in to try and turn around, but no one's really low enough just yet, apart from Shadow Shaman, who's already dead. Also gonna run down the Golem for another 100 gold.
Yeah,
That looked pretty scary there for Asta for a second.
Yeah, the maxed out Shadow Wave kind of doing a lot, healing them. It looked solid, like triple Golem, triple Fatal Bonds into Scream of Pain. But Spectre joins, they kill off the Shadow Shaman easily, he was on half HP already. They do lose the tier 1 tower, but it gives me like some understanding into this draft of Aster. Yeah, they're lacking catch and they can't really make moves, but if you make moves on them, it's really difficult to kill anyone because they'll put the rate back, they'll have the dazzle.
Warlock again in a great position, doesn't even get punished for it. Here's a smoke rotation up top. Falls flat.
That's it. I mean, 90% of these smokes will not work. They have to make moves and hope for the best.
Well, this move though, Ori, he's just gonna get a solo kill. That'll work.
Okay, yeah. He was just waiting for the Celestial Hammer to get used and goes in.
Just before that, it was going to make a point of all 6 cores being within 200, 300 gold of each other, but now not anymore because he just adds 600 to his own total with that solo kill. Will lose his dazzle friend at the end, but doesn't really care too much about it.
Yeah, he has the BKB completed, so Razor is having a good time. He was laning against the QOP and still managed to find quite a bit, so...
Yep.
Pretty solid game from Ori so far.
I've been talking about XSS. He already has the raid pack completed now, looking for a Blink Dagger. But Monet also not doing too badly on the Spectre, right? You're gonna have that Mantis style completed, his first major item, and another 1,000 gold.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a hero that's not that simple to take down. Versus the Dazzle, versus the Chrono. Yeah, even though Aster is not having a lot of playmaking capabilities, they are getting their farm slowly and steadily. And once the Tiny has that Blink, I think that all of these items are important to Aster, but Tiny Blink for me is like... It just starts off the engine, like from that moment on you can actually do stuff.
Oh, looking to group up down bottom. Ori found himself in Invis runes, so maybe they can facilitate that blink timing a little bit if they can have him rotate in for a kill, or maybe just set up for the tower. Tier 1 mid, very low. Sweep through the jungle, make sure it's clear, and then should be able to bully it down very quickly indeed. You know, PSG.LGD, like, they could be fighting this. They have their ultimates ready to go.
Look at Race, he knows though, the way Warlock moved gave it away.
Yeah.
You don't need to be attacked, like, you don't even need to see the hero. Sometimes all you need is a minimap and you'll know if they have a sentry in the ward. Or just a ward, whatever is needed. Zinq.
Nice deny. Zinq being gone on. But the Hex, he'll get enough distance, so... Let's walk away from each other.
Yeah, but you see that, like, right now Aster feels actually pretty strong when they're all clumped up. I have to say that I felt that their lineup was much weaker. I'm not that convinced anymore. I can see the power of this sustain. It reminds me of that good old Chen meta when you couldn't kill anything. Are we back to that? I don't know. Let's see, they want to fight into the
Shadow Shaman inside the pit, but Asta's right there in position to keep an eye on it.
Is a great conductor.
Swartz is still doing a significant amount of damage here. Ori coming in, it's a lot of damage to go back on Fate Beyond though at the same time. Ushan bashing, Ori going in, trying to clean through some of these wards. The Hex comes out in the back, Baboka though, still alive. Linked together, now it's the Black Door, off the face voice is gone! As the Golem drops to try and counter this out, Fate Beyond in the middle of it. He's also not doing too much, neither is why, as Ori just runs down the support all by himself. Monet, finish up Roshan, actually the wards do it. As nothing to say, ult comes in, but the age is being snatched away, and in the hands of Monet. full 5-man wipe and all is said and done, and a huge victory won by Aster.
Yeah, but that shouldn't happen. Like, the way this fight went, that should never happen. It did though, and it went completely in the way of Aster. They get the Aegis, they snatch it, so Queen of Pain did get all the solo experience, I believe, in the end. But man, it just hurts them. This might be just completely now in Aster's favor. The game is much easier for them. Like, Black Hole got committed on a solo Void. Like, first Void probably shouldn't get caught by it, but even if
he's so far away, like, did he get tossed out or something?
No, Tiny was caught on the other side, so he shouldn't have been, right?
I guess he just went in looking for a chrono, but he got
like, I didn't see, I just saw the Void get chrono.
Yeah. Like, the point is he got Black Hole, but there was nothing to cancel Black Hole, so he had zero impact in that fight.
Yeah, and he didn't have a blink on Enigma, so...
Yep.
In any case, Enigma mid lane is being gone on. What I wanted to say is, even if he does get caught, even if that happens, you still have Warlock, so he shouldn't be in that Black Hole for 3 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. There is punishment here, the rune bait, it's happening and nothing to say. There's nothing against that. It's just dead, and now looking for more. Faith Beyond kind of slowed down a little bit by the plasma field. Link forward from Popoka. The Avalanche does connect Jin-Q as he offers up his own life in exchange for Faith Beyond's, and they'll take it gladly. Aster with the wicked 6 streak, and this is a very scary situation. This is a Razor who's dangerously close to a refresher of BKB in a very early stage of the game.
Yeah, we're still to see a good chrono, or any chrono. I don't think I've seen a single chrono in this game so far.
We have not.
Yeah, why haven't we seen it is because he's playing versus an Enigma. Like, usually your carry will just use it to pop a kill on a support or something. But as you're playing into an Any, you kind of have to worry about the Black Hole and having that ulti to cancel the Black Hole. It's an interesting dance of having your cooldowns not hindering you, both by the Void and by the Enigma.
Yeah, looking beyond the Blink Avalanche charge, burst them down, not quite enough just yet, and now the Sonic Wave also dragging them away. Faith Beyond being healed up by the Warlock. It's wind on the snare sails, I'm afraid.
Yeah, they popped the Sonic Wave just to get away.
Sonic Wave and Golem just for BKB, essentially.
Yeah, it did work in the end. I'm wondering if this Desolator is also hurting them on Fate Beyond. It might be one of those things when you're feeling way too strong and you get it, but if you had a different item that buffed you up, like, I don't know, I know players, not all players enjoy Echo, but Echo or even a Blink earlier or even a BKB,
yeah,
maybe it would have done more, but they are struggling mostly with damage, that needs to be said, so in that way it does make a ton of sense.
They just saw nothing to say, deny a DD rune rather than be caught out again, you know?
Yeah.
On the rune, it's very funny. But either way, bottom tier 2 will get taken care of, that opens up the outpost.
You can mess with him 3 times, but 4th time, he's not gonna go for that run. Smoke up, they have Black Hole, they have pretty much everything they need.
Monet in a 1v1 up against Faceless Void, and Void cannot really win that right now, so he just gets out of there.
Do you just go to the triangle now if you're Aster? Yeah, they're even circling it, because Void just showed himself top. Where can he go after he farms the hard camp? To the triangle.
And he'll tank it.
Yep.
No way out for him. There's still a couple of people up top, but they should know enough to just get the hell out of there at this point. Yeah, Arme doing just that. Aster, they gonna get the tier 1 at the very least themselves. Still have that Aegis for only 10 more seconds, so no extra protection if they want to go for tier 2 tower push.
But this smoke from PSG.LGD is genius as well. They instantly just go bot.
And right now bottom, Dawnbreaker also comes out, and just enough to keep nothing to say safe. The counterplay right there, exactly as I said, yep. Genius.
No, this was... the move itself has I've seen it many times before. It's kind of a standard move. They've invaded your triangle. You want to do the same to them, plus take the pressure the tier 1 bot, right? But that's not the genius part. The genius part is just how smooth it is, how fast it is, like instant, literally. Meanwhile, in some teams it's like, okay, TP, should we go? Where's the smoke? Do we have a smoke? Okay, let's meet up. Who's smoking? Okay, the two. You know, it takes. By the time you do it, that Queen of Pain is dead on bottom, right? In the
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant
trying to take advantage anyway, even though they don't have some of their ultimates, but they still have an angle over. I'm nothing to say. Hexed up, followed. Okay, the golem though, and a haste June. Not quite enough burst damage this time. Bring her down. So Queen of Pain gets to live and now gets to walk back in, kneeled up by the Warlock and the bottle charges.
He's gonna get bumped again. Usually.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay. So it was like, yeah, if at first you don't succeed, I'll just give you another chance and let you kill me the second time. That's a bit greedy just for a couple of Eidolons, honestly. That's not worth it at all.
Yeah, probably not. He's really making some insane moves that I'm trying to understand. But yeah, he went to the shop a little bit down there, and then went to help out and push out the lane a bit. Tiny was just in a really good position, so he can't see what we're seeing, right? He doesn't see if Tiny is there. He probably thought Tiny will remain mid or go to the triangle again.
It's these kind of small little gambles that you make. Sometimes they work out and you get away with it, but sometimes you just get punished. The way it goes, as Faith Beyond gets a blink away. There's that now. Zincu also has a blink ready to go, so PSG.LGD very mobile all around. The only one who doesn't have anything to help them out would be the Warlock.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It's an area where Roshan will respawn again soon, so, or potentially. If teams want to take care of this Roshan area, this is where we see Aster smoked up. Of course, Spectre can always join in with that ultimate. PSG.LGD kind of sitting around in the top part of the map. But it seems like they have a read on what's going on here.
No one is showing. You see Spectre down bottom. Yeah. You know that they're up top. Like, they're just playing the opposite side of her, right? Yeah. That's what they're doing.
I had nothing to say. I'm gonna skip a creep wave.
Hopefully not, for his sake. He might though, like maybe the next one, maybe not that particular creep wave, but the next one he could. We'll see if Tiny actually remains like around the lane, because he might have a read on this Baboka, right? Like he might anticipate it.
We go walking in this scene now.
See how close Baboka is. Not necessarily.
It doesn't have avalanche though, yeah.
He used it already on the creeps.
Yeah. Didn't he would have been able to cancel TP at the very least, so. Probably not leading to a kill because there's blinks and not enough support and whatnot, but then again, Spectre, like if you wanted to haunt for it, you could probably do a lot of damage here with Manta Illusions and Desolate and whatnot.
There's Josh. Like you have perhaps better things to do. These Manta Illusions are going to just destroy it. You have Dazzle as well. Like they won't even be able to. They smoked up, but this is too late from the LGD. They're losing again.
The respawn just a little bit too fast for Roshan. So now Aegis shot in the hands of Team Aster. Now they can position. Look up themselves. PSG.LGD, they've grabbed their higher side high ground. And Aster got the raid in the mirror universe right now.
Yeah, the courier will give it away though. They already knew, by the way. This is nothing.
Yeah, this is. Oh god, Baboka blinking in the cross, CQ doing the same thing. It's trying to push on Raze, it takes so much damage for Shellspring, keeps him alive for the moment. The Chronosphere catches a couple. Dazzle in the middle, right. Oh, catch catches him, but he instantly cancels the 7 round. Nothing to say. Pretty shot back success. What is even happening here? Where's Monet? He's trying to help out, but Cutty Goner gets another avalanche up, and Monet, he cannot join in to this 3-against-1 exchange at this point for Boca. Somehow finds a TP out.
Just got silenced by nothing to say on Enigma, right? That's how they broke it.
Yeah.
He just linked in on top. That's insane. But
That was quite the fight. Even the way it started, Boca flicking in on the high ground, Zinq doing the same on the other, together with Dawnbreaker though. That was an insane amount of damage.
They had vision. They had vision, right? On the mid lane, there's that observer ward. So they jumped on top of Razor instantly as he's the one without Aegis.
Yep.
They committed hard, but they got him. Like the Shallow Grave did save him for a bit, but what didn't matter in the end. Really nicely done. Deciding to fight, even though there's Void might get caught by Tiny here.
Does have a TP, but a little bit too late. Yeah, he's still alive. Gets a time walk out. Monet still able to chase, but they've been taking quite a while.
It's the shard range. Like the shard range on the time walk just feels so nice in situations such as that one. But Boca is still going in. Okay. And they are trying to punish.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's a matter of lockdown, like we've been talking about it, and it's starting to hurt them here.
Matter of lockdown, and also XXS, he needs to get his BKB. Like he got it this late, or he's going for it this late because it's really not a valuable, super valuable item in a game such as this one. But you still need it. Even when you play versus big counters, you need a BKB because if those big counters are used, you want to use your black hole, right? If there's no chrono, if there's no, and you don't want to be like. You don't want your black hole to just be disrupted by some random silence or a random small spell.
If you're gonna be countered by a big spell, at least it's better than being countered by a small thing, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Should have shot and find the blink out on. Coming through. I know it was just yeah, it was a haunt. Didn't quite get on top of anybody though.
Probably just to give some vision.
Yeah.
To give some vision, but Tiny already used his avalanche. Maybe they thought that someone is caught with the avalanche in the trees, not sure, but in any case, it didn't work.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Void and Spectre.
Yeah, kind of closer to the Monet Spectre, so it allows you to play a lot more aggressively and use the global multiplication a lot more often.
Yep.
Now my enemies pay.
Monet Spectre is still pretty damn farmed. Like, not the highest farmed hero though, because that's still Army. It's got the Scardio Zone in the works here alongside the Mjolnir and BKB. So this Void is also becoming a force to be reckoned with, level 23 on him already.
Yeah, they got him once in that chrono fight. That was his pretty much only death.
Yeah.
Plus he's been farming the whole game. He wasn't even that controlled in the laning stage by Enigma. So overall, just a nice game from the Void. I like the Skadi build. I like that. Like his build is completely fine overall. I feel like Tiny running it.
He's now also see the Warlock here in the side is okay. They're really forcing this one. Monet ready to go in, but that's the Chronosphere going right into it here. They lose Tiny for it. There's Owen bring down the Warlock and the Black Hole. Cancel TP. Boy thought he was fine, but he was not.
Yeah, it was optimistic, very, very optimistic TP out. But at least you're forcing the Black Hole. I think he knew, right? There's no way he didn't. He got Malefist.
Yeah, but then again, who else would you Black Hole if not the Void at this point?
Sure, but do you just die then for no reason? No, like you, right? Like you bait it out. You get the Black Hole out. It's down now for 160 seconds. Meanwhile, you as Void, you're dead for like what, 70 maybe at tops. So it's not good. And Esther is definitely happy with the kill, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, you can twist it around in a way that makes you feel bad about yourself if you're Army, I'm sure. BKB online now though for Enigma. So next time Black Hole comes out, they're gonna need to commit the Chronosphere or the Warlock Golem to cancel it out. So it's the other thing as well. What happens if Y just straight up dies to Spectre kind of haunting on you? As haunting on the Dawnbreaker. There's a small little jump forcing onto BKB. It's just a what, 40-second cooldown.
Yeah, it's interesting because there was no Tiny. There is no way to commit onto him. He could have gotten out easily without popping the BKB just by running away, but
again, you don't run very fast against Spectre. I mean, that Shadow Step also applies Spectral Dagger, the Illusion applies Skadi. Like, it wasn't going to be very fast.
you have Celestial Hammer, right?
Yeah.
You have Warlock next to you. You have your teammates next to you. But you don't know if Tiny is around, that's the bottom line. If he knew, he'd be fine, he wouldn't pop it.
Still does hurt a little bit, 9-second charge. Now that's on cooldown for quite a while longer as they smoke up. Secure their triangle. Not gonna run into anybody just now. So we're sitting there at 35 minutes with quite an even game on our hands. I mean, the net worth has never been more than, what, 2-3k?
Yeah, it's been very, very even throughout the match. Like, Aster looking much stronger than I predicted with this lineup, but they've pretty much reached their critical mass. The only question is, how much can the Enigma do now? So far, his black holes were quite valuable, considering there's 2 BKB piercing abilities on LGD.
Well, played a lot longer, more than 10 minutes longer than the last 2 games that they played against PSG.LGD. So obviously doing much, much better than a couple of days ago. So now might be running into PSG.LGD up north with no vision whatsoever on the map at the moment. They're running blind. Aster, get in, Boboka. Take the plunge across.
Top lane is forced, so you have to deal with that, and if no one is dealing with that, you know that Tiny...
Oh, it's just going in, Avalanche comes through, Haunt ready to go, and the Utep's actually saving it for the moment. First year, gets his couple in the bag, it's pretty good on the Sonic Wave, actually pushing in Razor, but the kills, there it is, X6S actually being kept alive, gets the black hole out, over to the Queen of Pain, nothing to say, nothing to live. It's 2, 3, 4 casualties. See some buybacks coming in. Ori kind of low. His army wants to finish him off, but slowed down. Fabian's gonna finish the job now. It's down to Monet. Can they play around with him? They can kite him for the moment. Actually, straight into the illusions, doing a lot of work. Zinq is just AFK with the Shadow Avalanche in the middle of all of this here.
There was a Razor buyback that was forced out.
Oh man.
And overall, the fight was okay-ish for PSG.LGD. There was a slight misstep there by Nothing to Say. He actually blinked into the chrono. If my eyes did not deceive me, as it's very early and...
It would have been great if Roshan had already respawned, but still 1.5 minutes on the clock, so plenty of time.
I didn't even know about that, because there's no black hole, right? If Roshan respawns, they can fight you. They don't have QOP though.
There's no Chrono, no Warlock, Golem, no QOP, so...
Those spells you're literally just saving for black hole anyway. That's how it feels like. They are there to prevent black hole from actually happening.
Yeah, so if none of that's there, then nothing's changed, right?
We're all even, yeah.
Just a matter of like, how do they kill Spectre now? I mean, she's...
You ignore her. Like if you ignore your problems, you don't really have them.
That's
I do.
Yeah.
I'm leading a happy life.
Okay. Jump forward. On to Faith Beyond here. After already killing off the Warlock. Find back immediately here. Faith Beyond trying to TP out, but won't be able to. Power through refresher ults. Now straight into Roche, still 20 seconds on the clock, so Aster continues to be disappointed, but...
Yeah. I love the cute shadow amulets on PSG.LGD. Like both.
Yeah, they got more than one.
Yeah, they like Warlock isn't even buying Limmer. Like he just has Shadow Amulet because you need a way to deal with the Spectre, at least some way.
Yeah.
She jumps you, you pop the Shadow Amulet. She probably won't have a dust, as Great Band obviously way more important.
Right. Roshan is back. Golem in 10, a Black Hole also available in a couple of seconds. Currency is also there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Roshan's already dead. The ward's a little bit late. You can just farm them up as control up top. Nothing to say. Down to half health. Brought down. His Incu dies. First only lands on one as jumps across here. Monet look for target. Look for nothing to say. The Sonic Wave comes through, but the bash not quite enough. There's nothing to say. Precious for another blink just to stay alive here. Also looks like Void gets enough distance, but still huge victory for Asta once again, killing off a couple of heroes, creating enough chaos after having already killed Roshan.
Who got the axe, by the way? Did it get denied?
Radiant's structures are fortified.
I'm not sure.
Radiant's top tower
Did the
is
wards
under
deny it?
attack.
That's why he planted them, right? He tried to cheat. He tried to be cheeky there to get a couple of denies on the items.
I think Razor got it.
Radiant's top barracks are under
Got the
attack.
axe upgrade. Look at him go here through the
He has
building.
it. I see. Yeah. I didn't see the. I literally clicked on him and I didn't see the upgrade. Yeah.
Okay, Hex on Monet. They're actually going back in now. Nothing to say. Blink away in a couple of seconds here. Sonic Wave being thrown. Not really doing too much damage right now, but Boka's still in trouble, but not enough damage. It's tiny as they keep going here. Q. He's just crazy. Invis not gonna save you. It's not invincibility. It's they're just going in one by one. And now it's Dawnbreaker instead. The Golem drops. Are they panicking? What's going on here?
No, they weren't panicking. They were hoping that more than one TP'd back. They tried to do that good old catch them as they're retreating play. Enigma did already get out. And bottom lane, Void.
They just jump
There's no way he
back
dies here,
down.
right?
There is another Abyssal in a couple of seconds. Monet can kind of keep traps on him. And there's more coming, like he might very well end up dying here. No TP, pops a BKB, but yeah, this it's taking him a while to jump it back, no more trades. The refresher is for the Chronosphere though, the big bang! But the Shallow Grave keeps Enigma alive. No one's actually dying here. XFS is fine. Late Beyond is not. Neither is JQ gonna be right-click down. Why? Invis, but not as long. He's dead. It's looking more and more like Aster might be able to take this game. 3 heroes on the sideline. No Chronosphere. The Still of Ages and Chase. Never one alive and kicking. They're gonna be running down the bottom lane.
That play from Void was just so good. Like the bait was amazing. I loved it. I loved the attempt. It's probably the best play that I've seen this whole match. The only problem is like he caught 4 but he didn't catch Dazzle. Like Dazzle wasn't close enough. Like if he catches Dazzle there in the chrono, then they can pretty much kill off at least the Enigma, and then off of that they can do more. But as they didn't do it, this is a high ground push. This is pretty much your megas, or maybe even just the Throne. You can just end it at this point.
Crush the Iron Storm if you want to, and exactly what he's doing. So that ultimate's going to cut through these buildings. They have nothing left to throw at them to fight them with. So Aster is going to take this best of 1 in the first round of the tiebreaker bracket. Unexpected, but damn, they showed up today, didn't they?